I'm a busy wife and mom, but I also love skincare and self-care, and I love simple and effective ways I can incorporate it throughout my day. So here is my realistic skincare routine as a busy wife and mom. This is the morning edition. So in the morning time, I always go in with my Ambi Even Tone bar soap. I used to be on Ambi heavy back in the day, but then Ambi stopped working for me. So I stopped using it, but now I'm back on it. Why? Because I feel like with this particular brand, you kind of have to take a break from it every now and again, just so that you can get the best results from it. I feel like with any product, if your skin gets a little bit too used to it, it'll stop being as effective as it could be. So I think it's always a good thing to take a break from a brand and try out different things from time to time, just to see if you like it better, just to see if it works better for you or whatever. But and I've tried different things over the past like 5 years, but my heart has come back to Ambi because Ambi is just so good and it's so cheap and inexpensive. This bar soap cost me about $5 or so. This is what it's looking like. I'm going to wet my face, and I'm just going to wet the bar soap in my hands, get a good lather going. And I just put a good lather on my face. Now, I remember seeing some TikToks online saying that it's not good to wash your face. Personally, I don't agree with that, because if you think about it, you've laid down all night, your face has been touching comforters, pillows, sheets, and those things are covered in germs, covered in bacteria, and you don't know how dirty your face is when you get out the bed. So I think it's always good to just clean your face, start the day off with a clean slate. I love washing my face in the morning because that is one of the best ways to wake yourself up. I'm not one of those moms who hop up out the bed and immediately start serving my husband and my child. I always come in the bathroom, I use the restroom, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I do all the things for myself first. Why? Because that's a form of you pouring into yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you shouldn't pour from an empty cup. You're more than a wife, you're more than a mother, you're also an individual, and you deserve self-love and self-care as well. After I've washed my face, I'm gonna go in with some type of an essence or a toner to really bring that initial moisture back into my skin and just add a little bit of glowiness to my skin. So I like using the Snail Mucin CosRX. Y'all have seen this a lot on my channel. This is nothing new. I love this because it just adds that hydration to your skin. It rebalances your skin. If your skin is irritated, the Snail Mucin just calms it down. It's just so good. And honestly, you can use like either a toner or an essence like this. I actually have both. I have the Bioma Milky Toner. So some mornings I'll go in with this, but this morning I'm going to use the Snail Mucin essence. I do have an active pimple going on right here, in which I figured was going to happen because 2 days ago I wore makeup. I didn't like my initial makeup look, so I had to wash it off, put some more on. My skin went through a lot Sunday morning, and so I knew my skin was going to break out, and plus I believe my cycle is going to be coming on in the next few days. So I just go in with my Differin gel. I know y'all can see that. Yeah, this is my Differin. So I just go in with that and I just treat this. This is adolphamine gel, 0.1%. It's an acne treatment, and this seems to work really, really good for me. It just zaps these pimples away. I used to use the La Roche-Posay con, but it really didn't do much for me, and I don't think I was using it correctly. But I use this as a pimple treatment. I don't use this every day. I just use this when I need it, and I use it morning and night. So I'm going to be using it this morning and tonight when I do my nighttime realistic skincare routine as well. Now, one tip that I learned on TikTok, of course, I'm always on TikTok. I love TikTok because it has so many helpful tips. One thing I've learned in the past like 3-4 months is to let your skincare products soak into the skin before adding your next product. So I've given it a few minutes for the adapalene gel to soak in and for the snail mucin to soak in. So now I'm going to go in with my Good Molecules niacinamide serum. And I'm just going to put 2 drops of this on my cheeks. And the reason why I target my cheeks is because it just minimizes my pores. Also, niacinamide is really good if you have acne prone skin and you suffer from a lot of acne scarring like I do on my face. So I just put 2 drops of this Good Molecules niacinamide. After I put that on, then I'm going to go in with my Ambi Fade Cream. Now this Fade Cream made a huge difference on my skin. I want to say like during my college years, a few years after college, it made a huge difference. And it really does work, for real, for real. I had a big cluster of acne scars right along in here during the Christmas holidays. And I started putting this on and it cleared it right back up. All of these scars are new scars that have popped up since like February or March. So I'm working on getting all this cleared up as well. But I just spot treat where it needs to be spot treated. Y'all, I had scarring all up in here during like December, November. And this Fade Cream got rid of it. This Fade Cream actually has 5% niacinamide in it and licorice root extract. So I'm telling y'all, niacinamide works really, really good. So I use both. So hopefully all this stuff will be gone by the end of the summer. Next thing I do, I go in with a moisturizer. I have two moisturizers, y'all. I have a morning time moisturizer and I have a nighttime moisturizer that's a little bit more thicker, and I feel like it's going to stick to my skin a little bit better at night. But I'm going to show y'all that tonight when I do my nighttime skincare routine. But my morning time is a little lighter, a little thinner, and it's the Vanicream moisturizer. Now, some people say that this breaks them out. This doesn't break me out. I've been using this for a year, and I can't pinpoint my breakouts to this. Yes, I do still break out, but it's not connected to me using this. I would be breaking out with or without this stuff. So it really has nothing to do with it. I'm not the biggest fan of the formula, so when I do run out of it, I probably won't repurchase it again, because I just don't like how it doesn't spread as easily as I personally would want the moisturizer to spread. And it doesn't leave like, it leaves like a little healthy glow, like your skin looks moisturized, but I'm sorry, but I like glass skin. I like to look like I just, you know, like my skin is a freaking skating rink. That's what I like. But I bought this last summer and I've used like this much. I don't know if y'all can see, but I got a lot left. So I won't have to repurchase this anytime soon. I got plenty of moisturizer left. But yeah, I put on my moisturizer and then I top it off with sunscreen. And I like to use the Black Girl Sunscreen SPF 50. Sunscreen is really good, first of all, for anybody. Everybody needs sunscreen, and that's something that's not really taught in a lot of Black households. We're not taught that we need sunscreen because like my mom and the elders in the community will always say, you know, you have melanin. Like, what do you need with sunscreen? And that is the narrative that was always taught to us, is that we don't need sunscreen. And I'm learning that you do. Everyone does. Because sunscreen protects your skin. And that sun skin disease affects everybody. And so that can affect everybody. Let me just say that. That sun skin disease can affect any and everybody. And so, God forbid any of us catch it, but there are things we can do to prevent it and to keep our skin looking healthy and more youthful longer. And using sunscreen is just one of those things, you know. So now, because this is realistic and I have to go literally tend to my child after I turn my camera off, I'm gonna go clean my mouth. And I like to use the Colgate Optic White. This is not an oral hygiene video, but I do want to promote oral hygiene because it is important and it does matter. And something I do encourage my viewers to do, I'll say every like 2 or 3 months, make sure you are changing your toothbrush out. Alright, that should go without saying, but you know, some people, you don't know what you don't know. Make sure you change your toothbrush out. Don't be rocking with the same toothbrush for 6 months to a year, alright? The more you use it, the less effective it becomes. So make sure you're rotating those toothbrush out throughout the year, okay? And the very last step to my morning time skincare routine, just like it's important to protect your skin from the sun, it's important to protect your lips from the sun. Again, something that people did not teach me coming up. I did not know that your lips need protection from the sun. I thought that your lips just needed your regular generic lip balm. I didn't know these things until I realized, like, that's the reason why my lips are a little bit darker. It's not because I have bad habits or anything like that. It's because of sun damage. So just like I need to use sunscreen to help lighten up my acne marks, and that's another hot take. If you have acne marks, sunscreen helps lighten those things up over time. Alright? If you're using your niacinamide and all of your actives in the morning or night and you're not protecting your skin with sunscreen after you put all that stuff on, then it's all for nothing. Because sun mixed in with all of that is not a good combo. Alright, so anytime you use acids and things of that nature to treat your skin, you have to top it off with sunscreen, okay? Because the sun just makes the discoloration even worse. So you have to use sunscreen. So one thing I did not know is that sun can make your lips darker. So what I've been doing for like the past month and a half or so is using the Blistex SPF 15 medicated lip balm. Like we know, like the fruity lip balm, the chapsticks, all of that, that's nice, fun and dandy. But at the end of the day, I'm getting older and I need my lips to be healthy for as long as humanly possible. I ain't trying to be out here looking like I smoke Newport Longs all day, every day. I don't want to be out here looking like that, because I don't, okay? So I make sure I top my lips off with this. And y'all, I got a lip balm in both of my purses because I carry 2 different purses. I have a lip balm in both of that. And yeah, I don't play, okay? I'm never caught without my lip balm, okay? So I'm trying to lighten up my lips, and I know it's going to happen over time. But with me putting that SPF on my lips, I know it's going to help. Alright, because that has SPF 15 in it. Amen? Amen. Alright, y'all. So that is my realistic morning routine for my skincare. And I'm going to see y'all tonight for the nighttime skincare. And just like that, it's the nighttime. Y'all, I've had a really good day today. I got a new jump rope, and so I did a lot of jumping rope today, which is a really good workout, y'all. Honestly, if you are new to working out and you really don't know where to start, I would highly suggest purchase a jump rope and just start jumping rope, just like you did when you were a kid. I'm telling you, it's such an effective workout. My husband went and got some individual weights, so I will be incorporating like some strength training and all the things. I'm so excited to like officially start my postpartum workout journey. Even though I'm starting this 14 months postpartum, hey, at least I'm starting. So I am a hot sweaty mess and I'm ready to wash my face, get in the shower, and go to bed. So again, y'all, this is my realistic nighttime skincare routine. And y'all, I've been outside jumping rope, taking care of my kid, all the things. So this is very much so realistic, okay? So take off my glasses, put my headband on, because is it really skincare if you don't have the viral headband on? Like, come on. So I'm gonna first go in with some Panoxyl. I only use this cleanser when I have active acne breakouts going on, and like I told y'all this morning, I do have an active pimple right here, and I feel like it's kind of gone down a little bit. It's been less painful during the day because I did put on the adaphamine gel from the brand Different, and so that has really helped me today, y'all. So I'm going to go back in with that when that step comes. But the first thing I'm going to do is go in with the Panoxyl. Panoxyl went viral, I believe, either last year or the year before, and for good reason, y'all. I had purchased Panoxyl, I believe, like in 2023. And I think I talked about this before on my channel. And I remember saying something along the lines of, it didn't really work for me and I wouldn't repurchase it. But lo and behold, I have repurchased it because now I've learned how to properly use it. When it comes to Panoxyl, you gotta know how to use this particular cleanser because it doesn't work like other cleansers, okay? You cannot use this like you would your regular schmegular degular facial cleanser, okay? I have dampened my face, and I'm just gonna take like this much and rub it in my skin. And the key with this Panoxyl is to just let it sit in your skin, almost like a face mask. And we're just gonna let it do its thing. You gotta let the ingredients penetrate in your skin. And I would suggest letting this sit in your skin for like a minute or two. And what I like to do, I just like to rub it for that like minute or two to kind of let the encourage the ingredients to get to work. And I'm really gonna rub it in this area with the inflamed pimple. I'm just gonna let this sit for a couple of seconds. I do not suggest using this every single day, all right? Only use this when you need it. I only use this when I actually have active acne breakouts. But if I don't have active breakouts, I'm not using this. I'm using my regular La Roche-Posay facial cleanser, which is a cleanser I've talked about so many times on my channel. But tonight, I actually have an active breakout, so that's why I'm using this tonight. But this will last a long time if you only use it when you need it. It's literally an acne treatment, and it has 4% benzoyl peroxide, and I'm telling y'all, it really does work, but you have to use it correctly. The last time I purchased this, I was using it every single day, just like a regular cleanser. And I think that's why it wasn't effective for me, because my skin had got so used to it And when you're using this benzoyl peroxide every single day, twice a day, you're like ruining your skin barrier. So please, 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 if you are an acne prone girl, please consider only using this when you need it. All right. But if you do have acne, I highly suggest this. All right. This is like a godsend if you're an acne girl. So now I can rinse this off because it has been at least 2 minutes I've been talking and yapping. All right, so for tonight, I think I'm gonna go in with my Bioma Milky Toner. So I love the consistency of this, how it just comes out so milky. And I'm just gonna place this, pat this into my skin, pat this onto my acne, and just let my skin take in all this moisture. Make sure you're bringing your products down to your neck. And the thing I like about Bioma is on the packaging, it has all the ingredients, but also explains what each ingredient does, like the purpose of it. I like that. You don't find that often with a lot of skincare products. Like, you have all these big words and you don't know what the heck any of them mean, and you don't really know what the heck you're putting on your skin and what these ingredients are actually doing to your skin. But I like the fact that Bioma just breaks it down and explains it in a clear way. All right, so just like I did this morning, I'm gonna go in with my niacinamide serum. This helps reduce your pores drastically, and it doesn't just help with your acne scars, but it does reduce your pores. And for me, I have really bad, huge crater-like pores on my skin, and it was like so freaking noticeable. I'll say a good 2 months ago, it was so noticeable. And so I've just been looking for something on the market that will help minimize my pores. And this niacinamide serum have done just that. So again, I'm going to go in with my different adaphamine gel to spot treat my acne. And y'all, again, I used my adaphamine 2 years ago and it didn't do much for me. But again, I was not using it correctly. I was using this every day all over my face, y'all. Like, I didn't know nothing about skincare. I didn't know nothing. And I was so mad because it didn't work for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like nothing works for me. But if you feel like something don't work for you, I highly suggest you do some research and figure out if you're using that product correctly, because sometimes you may not always be using that product correctly, because I know I wasn't. I'm yapping too much. But now I'm gonna go in with my Ambi Fade Cream. I use this every day, twice a day, to fade my acne scars. Now to lock all this in, I always use a moisturizer, and my moisturizer of choice tonight is going to be the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream, because this is a long name, so obviously I don't have this memorized, but it's the La Roche-Posay Triple Moisturizing Cream. And I just do a little pump. This is how much comes from one pump. And I like to mix it with castor oil. This is the brand of castor oil I like to use, and you can find this on Amazon or in Target. And y'all, castor oil has so many good benefits to it. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. If you are an acne prone girl like me, this is an awesome oil to put on your skin. And y'all see the glow, it just adds to my skin. So pretty. And then I like to take just a small dab of castor oil, just this much, and then I dab a little bit underneath my eyes. And this will help brighten up your under eyes significantly. Y'all, I was looking dead underneath my eyes before I started using castor oil underneath it. And this has helped so much. So much. And I use this combo every single night. And I've been using this for a while. And I even use this in my oil mix. And I'm right here. I still have so much oil left. Of course, I go in with my Blistex. I talked about this morning. If you have lips that's damaged by the sun, I highly suggest you start using a medicated lip balm. Blistex for me is so good. It has SPF 15. And I use this lip balm every morning and every night. And I'm hoping that it helps lighten up my lips over the course of this year. I have a lip balm in both of my purses. I keep a lip balm in my drawer and here in the bathroom. That way I'm never caught slipping. I have gone ahead and moisturized my hair. My hair is nice and moisturized. It's so soft. And I'm going to put my bonnet on. And I'm finna go to bed, okay? But I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys got some tips on what you can incorporate into your morning or your nighttime skincare routine. If this routine helped you in any way, shape, or form, if you enjoyed this content at all, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel as well. That is the easiest way you can support what I'm doing over here. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.